Hello everyone. I hope you're doing very well. I don't know if you remember a few months ago, I think it was in December, I posted a video on the Ikigai, the concept of Ikigai, which is a Japanese concept that means a reason for being or raison d'être. And I told you in this video that when I discovered the Ikigai flower, it really resonated with me because I had really the feeling that this is what Chimmer is trying to do for you guys. Chimmer is really helping people to plan their goals in life so that eventually, little by little, they can really tap into their Ikigai. So this raison d'être, this mission that they have in their lives, and that is going to make them overwhelmingly happy. So this is really the mission of Chimmer, the goal of Chimmer. Um, and so I think I told you about the book. I'm just going to take it now. So I told you about this book written by Hector Garcia and Frances Miralles, Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Hopefully, you can see that. Um, and so I told you that I was going to come back to you after I've read the book. So I've read it. I've read it a long time ago now, but it's only now that I can come back to you. But yeah, I have read it through, and I found it really, really interesting. And so I really recommend it to you. But what I'm going to do in this video is kind of give you a bit of an overview of what the book is about and the concepts that it goes through to help people find their ikigai, so find this secret to a long and happy life. So so without further ado, um, basically the book talks about 7 steps to reach your ikigai. I'm going to peek a little bit on the side because I've got my notes, so that I make sure that I don't forget any of the steps and the further sections that I'm going to talk to you about um, uh, of the book. So the 7 steps of to reach your ikigai. So the first one is basically to try and not be sedentary. So try and have always some kind of physical activity, normal activity that makes you move on a regular basis during the day. This is one factor that is participating to a healthier body, but also a healthier mind, and will help you to tune into this part of you that is makes you feel like you are flowing, you are into the ikigai. Another one is sleep. You have to be able to sleep a lot, and you're going to see that there's a lot of it that is kind of common sense. We know already, but I think yeah, it's worth repeating, and it's definitely mentioned, as a big part of being able to live a happy and long life, is the ability to find regular sleep and recovering sleep every day. Um, Another one that we know already, but let's repeat it again, is eating in a balanced and mindful way. And I may tell you a little bit later what it means, but basically it's about a healthy diet and a mindful way. That means that you have to be conscious when you eat about what you eat, and the feeling or the impact that it has on your body while you are eating. Another step, the fourth one, is never stop learning. It's not because you retire that everything stops. So always be in the lookout to know new things, to discover new things. Try and nurture a mindset of curiosity. This is really important in order to I think, renew the cells in the brain and and therefore trigger, I think, the right um, signals in the body so that it stays healthy and active longer in life. The fifth step is have a rewarding social life. So making sure that you catch up with friends on a regular basis, family on a regular basis, and that you're not spending too much time alone. Obviously, alone time is important in order to um, find yourself, in order to learn to be happy with yourself and to tune into this part of who you truly are on a daily basis. But we are human beings, we are social beings, and we are um, learning our lessons in life through the connections that we have with other people. And it's very important that we also understand the value of having rewarding connections and with other people and friendships with other people. It has to be the right people. You don't want to have any stress in your life. And so, but yeah, cultivate those healthy friendships that you have and healthy relationships that you have with family. The sixth step is to keep a positive attitude and a high degree of emotional awareness. So it's all about being optimistic, learning not to worry, smiling, but also cultivating good habits. And also enjoying the little things in life. This is very, very important. Being in a mindset of gratitude as well is key. And the seventh is finding flow in the tasks that you have chosen to do. So, and I'm actually going to go through what flow is. But yeah, this is the central concept of the Ikigai that is described in the book. The flow is very, very important in order to elevate our baseline of happiness in life. So being able to tune into this pleasurable, delightful, creative process when we are completely immersed in life. So it's basically the ingredient for the optimal experience of happiness. It's the state in which people are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. And the experience itself is so enjoyable that people will do it even at great cost for the sheer sake of doing it. So it's I think what we can call a passion. And if we remember the Ikigai flower, it's a mix of passion, vocation, job, and so yeah, it's a mix of those three at least, and mission as well, and it will create this feeling of being really, I say, tuned with the universe, as if time doesn't exist, because that's really what you are looking for. Finding those activities or tasks that you like doing that make you forget about everything around you, if possible. Like not all the time, because you have to look after, the kids, the partner, etc. But you want to find those activities that, when you concentrate on them, they make you feel so happy that they make you fly, basically. So the book also talks about 7 conditions to achieve the state of flow. And the first one is knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, knowing how well you are doing it, also knowing where to go. So if you have this activity, having some kind of itinerary that it is taking you to, having or perceiving a certain challenge in doing this task, so that you have the feeling that you can accomplish something, and also perceiving significant skills that you can grow through the execution of this task. And the seventh condition is being free from distractions. So yeah, these are the seven conditions to achieving the flow when you are undertaking that passion or that task or that creative process. Um, and then the book also talks about three strategies to increase your chances of achieving flow. So the first one is to um, be able to choose a difficult task, but not something that is too difficult because you don't want to put too much stress on you, but a task that is going to make you feel like you are stepping up. So difficult enough for it to basically raise a challenge and have the satisfaction at the end at the completion of the task that you have grown, right? So this is the first strategy. The second is to have a clear and concrete objective. So and yeah, I can take maybe the example of the sculpture. So if you are passionate about sculpture, um, one of the task, one of the objective, for example, would be to sculpt or mold a beautiful female figurine, and it's not something that you have done before. Maybe you have done less complex forms or shapes before, but this time you really want to have something that is very detailed and refined and precise. It really requires a lot of patience and precision, and so this is going to represent the challenge, and the task will be to obviously complete the figurine according to what you have in your mind, or according to a model that you have represented on paper. So this is having a clear and concrete objective. And the third one is to concentrate on a single task. So it's really about avoiding multitasking and really focusing on that particular task that forms some kind of a unit of a process, of a creative process. So if we continue with the example of sculpture, you know, the mixing of the ground with the water, and the way you are going to place your hands around it so that you can mold the female figurine. This is the task that you are going to do. You're not going to be distracted by anything else during those few hours that you're going to execute that particular task. So these are the three strategies. And the book also talks about 10 rules to follow if you want to generate and maintain your Ikigai in you. And actually, if you want to maintain it over a certain period of time in your life, because the idea is to basically raise your baseline of happiness over time. So the first rule is stay active. Don't retire. It's not because you have reached the age of 60 or 65 that you have to basically stop doing something. I think if you're passionate about a particular activity, there's no age or rules or that should tell you that you have to stop at a certain point in time. So you should just continue as normal. It could be gardening. If you've always loved gardening, it's not because you've reached 65 that you have to stop gardening. If you've always loved writing, it's not because you've reached 65 that you have to stop writing. So continue, stay active. Don't retire for the sake of retiring. The second rule is take it slow. So don't be in a hurry, because it's not very healthy anyway to be in a hurry. You don't need to be pressed with anything. Patience is really one of our best friends in life, and going with the flow is very, very important. You don't need to rush anything, especially if you want to try and tune into this this raison d'être inside of you. Um, Another one that was really new to me when I read the book was don't fill your stomach. So we were talking earlier about eating in a mindful way, in a healthy and mindful way, and one of the advice of the book when it comes to eating is that we should never eat at full when we're hungry. We should obviously eat when we are hungry, but in order to really optimize our health, we should eat only at 80%. When we are 80% full, we should basically stop. So we shouldn't stuff ourselves up with food. And so that was interesting for me to learn. Apparently, there's been studies that are showing that the more you follow this rule, the better you feel in your body, and obviously the better you feel in your body over a certain period of time, the longer you live, right? So that's one to I think try. I personally uh, eat always when I'm full, and even more than that. So it's one that I need to try and integrate in my daily routine, and kind of be disciplined enough to realize that okay, I actually don't need to eat more than that because it looks like I'm not hungry anymore. And obviously, at 80%, you're not hungry anymore. So yeah. The third rule: surround yourself with friends, with good friends. So yeah, I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about the steps to reach your ikigai. So yeah, one of the rules is really to have a great social support system, and really have enriching and rewarding relationships with your friends on a regular basis. So yeah, so that those friends that are going to radiate a positive energy, and so are going to uh, increase or enhance the I would say the vibration in your body, so that you are more and more healthy. The fifth rule: so get in shape for your next birthday. So basically exercise, guys. We can't say it enough. It shouldn't be too intensive exercise. That's what the book definitely says, that we don't need to be an Arnold Schwarzenegger and do cardio every day, 3 hours a day. No, but having a physical activity, low intense energy physical activity on a daily basis would be actually the best. Every single day would be the best. I'm not there yet personally, but I hope I will at some point. And the book is actually recommending several series of movements that we can do on a daily basis, and they are drawn from the Chinese and Asian culture in general. And I believe that they've got a lot of grateful and beneficial resources in them. So I really recommend you to check them out. The sixth rule is smile. Just smile. It helps a lot to have a smiley attitude with yourself. I think it does have an impact, especially when we are in in a bad mood. And if you want to kind of turn it around, apparently it helps to just try and smile. it forces your mind unconsciously to think about the good things that you have in your life, and to actually appreciate the current moment, like the now moment. So yeah, just smile. It's not difficult. It's easy. Um, the seventh rule: reconnect with nature. I'm a real fan of that one. Um, I One of my wishes is to have my garden and to cultivate it every day. So yeah, I hope I will achieve that goal someday. But yeah, I really truly believe in the power of being in connection with nature uh, on a regular basis. I think it has really a powerful impact on you and on your mindset. So yes, the eighth rule is give thanks. So be in gratitude. Try and stay positive. Try and always look at the bright side of life. That's what it is, to be grateful, to be able to always look at the gorgeous gifts that the day has given you. And I think if you, well, I think it's actually scientifically proven. If you do that every day, you will definitely see the abundance of your life over time. You will generate a certain degree of happiness, which will generate a certain increased degree of abundance and of fulfillment. So be grateful, guys. Take the time to think about the moments of your day that you are very, very happy about and savor them. Take the time to really savor them. It will take you 2 to 5 minutes just before you go to bed. Just say thank you. It's I think it's super duper important. Um, the ninth rule is live in the moment. So stay in the now. Um, don't I mean try not to have regrets about the past because it's the past. It's gone. Try and not um, simmer in guilt of any kind. Um, and also, well, the future hasn't come yet, so don't worry about the future because it's just not there yet. And so just stay in where you are now, and yeah, stop worrying about what is still fiction. Um, Easy to say, obviously, but yeah, no, I think it actually can be done. It's about training your mind, and when you feel like you're a little bit too stressed, really try to observe your mind, observe your thoughts, and observe your emotions as some kind of a spectator, and try and have that kind of detached stance or position, so that you can contemplate them and find out, where they come from, and from there, I think it will kind of help you to come back to a calmer position, a calmer attitude, and it will help you to basically come back to the now, which is the moment, really now, where everything is fine. Despite the conditions outside, you're still there and you're fine. So it's very important, and as I said, very easy to say, but I truly believe that there's treasures in really training ourselves to do that. And so, yeah, the 10th rule is to follow your Ikigai. It's easy to say that. The 10th rule of the Ikigai is to follow your Ikigai. But yeah, I think it's basically putting one step in front of the other towards your Ikigai. So we talked about the strategies for achieving flow and achieving Ikigai earlier. So it's really about identifying those tasks or activities that really make you reach a certain level of nirvana, I'd say, a certain level of enjoyment, pleasure, and follow that task, and understand what it is in this task that make you feel like that. And I think because you're going to follow that, you will realize that maybe there are other related tasks that can make you feel the same way. And before you know it, after a certain time, you're going to be able to really identify a collection of tasks, a collection of activities that you like doing, and you're going to make the connection between them, and really tap into or identify or pinpoint this element that maybe is actually um, I mean, contains uh, your ikigai, your raison d'être, your reason for being. So yeah, that's what I wanted to let you know about the book. So I really encourage you to read it. And also, well, if you have read it, yeah, don't hesitate to comment if you haven't read it and you have comments about what I've just presented to you. Please do share them so that we can, talk about it and exchange. I think what would be great as well is if maybe you could list those activities now that you have an idea of what the ikigai is and what the book recommends. Maybe list those tasks or activities that you think um, are close to make you reach your flow, make you reach this um, a state of elation when you are executing them. And so list them in Chimmer as long-term goals, and then try and see what are the similarities between those activities. And if you see them, yeah, just embrace that and explore further so that you can always I mean, I think if you do that, it will have an impact on how much time you decide to put into this activity more and more in the future, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really recommend that you do that. Share your experience under this video. That would be amazing, so that you can give examples to others about how you are living uh, your life, how you are finding your mission, how you are finding your vocation, your passions, and what impact it has on you and on your growth, on your personal development, and on your ability to achieve your goals and have a fulfilling life. That'd be great if you could share that so that we can build conversations and rewarding dialogues between us all. So yeah, thank you for following me. Please like the video and share it if you feel that it has been very useful. And until next time, I wish you all to take care. Thank you very much. Bye bye.